Right here on the official DAAD portal, you are looking at a scholarship that pays you €992 every single month, covers your full tuition, pays your flight to Germany, and covers your health insurance. This is the Helmut Schmidt program. You do not apply to DAAD directly. If you do, your application goes straight to the trash. I'm going to show you exactly where to click, how to fill out the forms without them breaking when you merge your PDFs, and the exact strategy to guarantee your application is actually read. I will also reveal a legal loophole that allows you to stay and work in Germany for 18 months after you graduate, regardless of where you are from. A lot of you failed in the last application cycle because you used the wrong signature format or addressed your reference letters incorrectly. We are fixing all of that today. No fluff, just the exact steps to win this. Open your browser, type in the DAAD Helmut Schmidt program, and click the first official link. Let's get your application submitted correctly. Once you're on the page, scroll down to the application procedure section. A lot of you get confused between the DAAD EPOS scholarship and the Helmut Schmidt scholarship. If you're asking why the EPOS application form isn't opening, it's because you're on the wrong page and EPOS program is not yet open right now. Helmut Schmidt has its own specific list of 7 universities. Click this link that says List of Master's Courses. This opens a list of courses with a link to their website and a leaflets and brochures PDF. This PDF is your Bible. It contains the links to the actual university portals also. Remember, you do not send anything to DAAD. You apply directly to the universities. Are there application fees? Generally, no. However, if you are applying for the law course at the University of Passau through UniAssist, they might ask for a standard UniAssist processing fee. The rest are entirely free. You are allowed to apply for a maximum of 2 courses from this list. Yes, you can choose 2 different courses from the exact same university, if they offer them, or 2 courses across 2 different universities. Let's look at the target group and academic requirements. You must have a bachelor's degree. If you have a HND, Higher National Diploma from Nigeria or elsewhere, you cannot apply directly with just a HND. You must have either a PGD, postgraduate diploma, or a bachelor's top-up degree to meet the German equivalent of a bachelor's. What if you already have 16 years of education, meaning a 2-year bachelor's and a master's? Yes, you are absolutely eligible to apply for a second master's degree through this program, provided your last degree was completed no more than 6 years ago. That 6-year rule is strict. If your certificate is dated more than 6 years before the application deadline, the system automatically disqualifies you. The goal here is to fund future leaders from developing countries. Check the dark list linked right here. If your country is on it, you pass the first major hurdle. Here is where 80% of people give up, and they shouldn't. The website says they want graduates in social sciences, political sciences, law, economics, and public administration. But what if you are a graduate of history and international studies? Yes, you can apply. What about the health sector or a public health graduate? Yes, apply for the management in non-profit organizations at Osnabrück. What if you are a BTech civil engineering graduate? Apply for development and governance and frame your motivation around infrastructure policy. I get asked, can I apply with a bachelor in commerce or an MBA in finance? Absolutely. Economics and commerce tie directly into public policy. Sir, do they include psychology? Psychology is a core social science. It perfectly aligns with peace and conflict studies at Magdeburg. Can a social science student further in public administration? That is exactly what this scholarship is designed for. Do not let the broad categories scare you away. It's all about how you link your background to governance in your motivation letter. The DAAD requires above average grades, which usually translates to the upper third of your graduating class. But let's talk specific numbers. Can one apply with a GPA of 3.0? Yes. A 3.0 on a 5.0 scale or a 4.0 scale is generally a second-class upper or strong second-class lower depending on your country. Can I win the scholarship with a strong motivation letter if I have an overall 2.3 German grade? Absolutely. A 2.3 in the German grading system is actually a good grade. Remember, the German system goes backwards. 1.0 is perfect, 4.0 is the minimum pass. A 2.3 is highly competitive. If your grade is slightly lower, your relevant work experience and a brutally effective motivation letter can bridge that gap. Do not auto-reject yourself before they do. Let them make the decision.
Let's solve the English proficiency problem right now. Is TOEFL accepted by this scholarship program? Yes, TOEFL is universally accepted by all 7 universities alongside IELTS. But here is the biggest question. As an applicant from Nigeria, can I apply without IELTS? Is an English exam compulsory for DAAD if my school taught in English? The DAAD itself does not strictly enforce IELTS if the university doesn't, and most of these 7 universities will waive the IELTS or TOEFL requirement if you provide an official medium of instruction letter from your university stating your bachelor's degree was taught entirely in English. Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and other Anglophone countries can typically bypass the expensive IELTS test. Always verify on the specific university's page, but in 95% of cases, your university letter is enough. Save your money. Now, we hit the biggest trap, work experience. I see questions asking, do we need 2 years of work experience? I am a recent graduate. Listen to me very carefully. For the Helmut Schmidt program, you only need 4 to 5 months of practical experience. The 2-year rule applies to the DAAD EPOS scholarship, not this one. Can internship and NYSC be used as work experience? Yes. Your National Youth Service Corps or any mandatory internship counts perfectly. I don't have a formal work experience. All I did was volunteering roles. What should I do as a public health grad? Volunteering absolutely counts. DAAD explicitly states that political, social, or volunteer commitments are recognized as practical experience. Do not discount your unpaid work. It shows civic engagement, which is exactly what a good governance scholarship is looking for. If I have worked in organizations not related to my discipline, can I include it? E.g., agri-economics, working in a terminal port? Yes. Work experience proves professional maturity. Just use your motivation letter to explain what transferable skills you learned at the port, like logistics, management, or administration, and how they apply to public policy. Does being a startup founder count? Yes, entrepreneurship is leadership. Do I write my employment letter myself? No. Have your co-founder or a board member write and sign it on company letterhead. Now, what is a certificate of employment and can you apply without it? You cannot apply without proof. If you don't have a formal certificate, you must submit an official letter on company letterhead, signed, dated, and stamped by HR or a supervisor, detailing your exact dates of employment and duties. That serves as your certificate. Let's clarify the application workflow. Will I apply to the university first before applying to DAAD? You apply to the university, period. You submit your DAAD scholarship forms into the university's application portal alongside your academic documents. The universities evaluate you and they nominate the best candidates to the DAAD. Can I apply for more than one course at a time? Yes, you can apply for a maximum of 2 courses from the official list. If you choose 2 courses, you must clearly state your first choice and second choice in your DAAD application form. And here's the trick. You must submit the exact same motivation letter to both universities. Do not write 2 different letters. Write one master letter that explains why you chose University A as your first choice and University B as your second choice. Now, we need to fill out the actual DAAD application form. Go back to the main portal and download the application form for a research or study grant. What tool did you use to fill the form electronically? Do not use your web browser to fill this out. Do not use Mac Preview. Download the free Adobe Acrobat Reader and open the PDF there. If you use web viewers, the formatting breaks, and when the admissions committee opens it, it will be blank. Download it locally, fill it neatly. This form is mandatory. Every single box must be filled. If a box does not apply to you, type NA for not applicable. Do not leave blank spaces. This shows attention to detail, which is the first unwritten test of this scholarship.
Let's fix a mistake almost everyone makes. Why did you write Mr. on the academic title? I actually advise against this now. Under academic title, do not write Mr., Mrs., or Miss. Academic title means your degree prefix like doctor or prof. If you only have a bachelor's, leave it blank or type NA. Mr. goes under gender or salutation. Now, a critical technical question. While merging my application documents into one PDF file, won't some of the information on the already filled electronic DAD form be cut off? Yes, it will, if you merge an interactive PDF. The secret, after filling out the DAD form in Adobe Reader, click Print, select Print to PDF and save it. This flattens the document. You can then merge this flattened PDF with your transcripts and CV using tools like I Love PDF without losing a single character of data. This right here is why thousands of applications are thrown in the trash immediately. The rules state the form must be hand-signed. Will an electronic signature be accepted? A typed name using fancy font will absolutely be rejected. You have two options. Option 1, print the last page, sign it with a blue or black pen, scan it and attach it. Option 2, use a drawing tablet or the draw signature tool in Adobe Acrobat to draw your actual physical signature. With the date and place in the application form, are we supposed to type it there or print the form, write it manually? You can type the date and place using Adobe Reader, but the signature itself must be your actual drawn signature. Make sure the date matches the date on your motivation letter and your CV. Inconsistencies in dates scream careless to the admission board. You must submit a Europass CV. Do not use Canva. Do not use Harvard templates. Go to the official Europass website, fill in your details, and export the PDF. Your CV must be signed and dated at the bottom, just like the DAAD form. Someone asked, I applied in the last application cycle but did not succeed. Was it due to the SOP or the requirements? If you met the requirements, your failure was 100% your statement of purpose, SOP, or a missing signature on your CV. If your CV had unexplained timeline gaps longer than 3 months, you were rejected. If you just listed job duties instead of achievements, you were passed over. The German committee wants to see a flawless timeline of your academic and professional life. Account for every month since you graduated high school. Can I please get your letter of motivation to use as a guide? I will not give you a copy-paste template because plagiarism software will catch it and ban you. But I will give you the exact structure for mentorship. Maximum 2 pages, font size 11 or 12, Arial or Times New Roman. Paragraph 1. Who are you and what specific public policy problem in your country do you want to solve? Paragraph 2. How does your academic background, whether it's history, engineering, or health, prepare you for this? Paragraph 3. Discuss your 5 months of work experience. Paragraph 4. Why this specific university? Mention specific modules from their curriculum. Paragraph 5. If you have a second choice, briefly explain it here. Paragraph 6. How will you return to your country and implement what you learned? Date and sign it at the bottom. Keep it factual and avoid emotional storytelling. You need a current written reference letter from your employer or university. Who should the reference letter be addressed to? Should we adopt to whom it may concern or use DAAD? Never use to whom it may concern. Address it to the admission committee, name of the specific master's program, name of the university. If applying to 2, the DAAD Helmut Schmidt admission committee is acceptable. Ensure it has an official letterhead, a hand signature, a fresh date, and an official stamp. Do one need to legalize his or her documents before applying? No, For the application stage, uncertified or standard scanned copies of your transcripts are usually fine for the upload portal. You will only be asked to provide officially legalized or notarized hard copies at the embassy level or when you actually enroll at the university in Germany.
If you watched till this moment, ensure you subscribe to this channel for more breakdowns like this. A vital question for many professionals: what if I want to bring dependents like my spouse and child? Yes, the DAAD Helmut Schmidt program is incredibly family-friendly. Under certain conditions, DAAD offers a family allowance which provides additional monthly stipends for your spouse and children. They also offer a rent subsidy if your rent exceeds a certain percentage of your stipend. However, bringing your family immediately is difficult due to visa processing times and proof of accommodation requirements in Germany. Usually, you travel first, secure a family-sized apartment, and then initiate the family reunification visa process. But financially, the DAAD provides the backing to make bringing your spouse and child entirely possible. Earlier, I promised to answer the biggest question. Can we live in Germany after the degree, or do we have to come back home? How long does your study visa expire? The DAAD scholarship is aimed at development, so they want you to return home to implement good governance. However, they do not force you onto a plane. By German immigration law, once you graduate with your master's degree, you are legally entitled to apply for an 18-month job seeker's visa. During these 18 months, you can stay back, live in Germany, and work full-time in any profession while you look for a job related to your degree. If you secure a relevant job, you easily transition to a blue card or a standard work residence permit. You have options. Once you hit submit, what happens next? Do all universities that offer the Helmut Schmidt scholarship conduct interviews if you were shortlisted? Were all those selected interviewed? The answer is no, not all of them do. The selection process varies strictly by university. For example, the Willy Brandt School of Public Policy at the University of Erfurt frequently conducts short 15-minute online interviews for shortlisted candidates to verify their English skills and gauge their motivation. Other universities make their final decisions entirely based on your submitted documents, your grades, your work experience, and your motivation letter. This is why your written documents must be flawless. If they don't interview you, your motivation letter is the only voice you have. You are now ready to submit. Go to the portal of your chosen university, create an account, and upload your flattened PDF bundle. Let's recap the fatal flaws that will get you rejected instantly. Submitting an unsigned DAAD form, submitting an unsigned Europass CV, having unexplained gaps in your CV, writing more than 2 pages for your motivation letter, sending your documents directly to the DAAD office in Bonn instead of the university portal, applying with a bachelor's degree that is older than 6 years. If you avoid these mistakes, your application will actually be read by the committee. Double-check your checklist. Make sure every document is named clearly, like firstname_lastname.pdf. The deadline for the Helmut Schmidt program is strictly July 31st every single year for the intake of the following year. If you miss this date by 1 minute, the portal closes and you wait another year. Start gathering your employment letters and university transcripts today. Do not wait until July to ask your boss for a reference letter. If you found this breakdown helpful and you want more step-by-step masterclasses on fully funded scholarships in Europe without the fluff, subscribe to my channel now. Get your documents ready, open the DAAD portal using the links we discussed, and start drafting that motivation letter. Your €992 monthly stipend is waiting. Get to work.